Your cat just froze mid-stretch the second he spotted you. Did you notice that? Most people don't. They see a lazy little arch and think nothing of it. But that pause, that exact moment he chose to do it, is not an accident. It's a message. And if you've been walking past it your whole life without realizing what it means, you are about to see your cat in a completely different light. Let's break down what's really happening in that stretch, piece by piece. 1. The timing gives it away. Ask yourself something simple. Why does your cat almost never stretch in an empty room? He could. He's alone half the day. Nobody's watching, nobody's judging, and yet the big dramatic stretch, the one with the arched back and the trembling tail, usually shows up the second a door opens or footsteps get close. That's not muscle stiffness. Muscles don't know when you're coming home. This is something scientists who study cat behavior have a name for, and it has nothing to do with sleep. It's a deliberate move, aimed at you, timed to you, built around your presence in the room. Here's the part that changes everything. Your cat isn't reacting to being awake. He's reacting to being seen. There's a difference, and once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Watch closely tonight. Does he stretch the moment you glance at him, or only after you've already looked away? That single detail tells you more than you'd expect. And stick around, because later we'll talk about what it means if your cat almost never does this at all. 2. This move didn't come from nature. It came from you. Here's a question worth sitting with. Do lions do this? Tigers? Any cat living without humans nearby? They don't, not like this. Out in the wild, a stretch is just a stretch, a way to wake up joints before the hunt begins. There's no audience to perform for. But something shifted the moment cats moved into our homes thousands of years ago. They started building an entirely new vocabulary, one that only makes sense between a cat and a person. The slow blink wasn't inherited from wild ancestors. Neither was the habit of meowing at grown adults, something kittens do to their mothers, but adult wildcats almost never do to each other. These are inventions cats developed specifically because we entered their world. The present stretch fits right into that list. It's not leftover instinct, it's a custom-built signal, something your cat had to learn, practice, and refine, purely because living with humans made it useful. Which means every time he does it, he's not running on autopilot, he's choosing to speak a language made just for the two of you. 3. There's a secret signature hidden in that stretch. Here's something that might surprise you. Tucked between the pads of your cat's paws are tiny scent glands, invisible to us, but loaded with information for other cats. When he stretches and presses those paws down, whether it's on your blanket, your favorite chair, or the floor right beside your feet, he's quietly releasing a chemical signature you'll never smell and never see. Think of it as an invisible signature written in a language only cats can read. It's not aggression. It's closer to a cat writing his name on the things he considers his safe zone. Your couch, your side of the bed, the mat by your front door. When he stretches there, again and again, he's marking those places as part of his territory, and by extension, marking you as part of it too. That's the quiet truth behind this behavior. Every stretch near you is a small act of claiming. Gentle, invisible, but real. He's telling every other cat that might wander near, and honestly telling himself, that this human belongs to him.
4. Not every person gets this treatment. Here's where it gets a little uncomfortable for some cat owners. If you live with other people or other pets, pay attention to who your cat stretches for and who he ignores completely. It's rarely about who fills his bowl. Cats have been shown, in behavior studies involving multiple people in the same household, to direct more eye contact, more blinking, more vocal chatter, and yes, more stretching towards specific favorites. So if your cat strolls past your roommate without a glance, but drops into a full, theatrical stretch the second you walk in, that's not random luck. That's rank. You've earned a spot at the top of his very short list. Now, if you're the one being skipped over right now, take a breath before you take it personally. It doesn't mean your cat dislikes you. It usually means the bond hasn't fully formed yet, and bonds like this are built slowly through calm energy, predictable routines, and quiet consistency over time. Nobody starts at the top of a cat's list. You earn your way there. Tell me honestly in the comments, Are you the one your cat stretches for, or is it someone else in your house? And if it's not you yet, what do you think might be standing in the way? I read every comment, so don't be shy. And if this is opening your eyes a little, tapping like helps this reach more people who love their cats just as much as you do. 5. The stretch that greets you every single morning. Have you ever opened your eyes and found your cat already stretched out beside you, almost like he'd been waiting for that exact moment? He probably had been. Cats are naturally most alert around dawn and dusk, which means while you were deep asleep, he was likely awake for hours, wandering, watching, doing whatever cats do in the quiet dark. He had countless chances to stretch on his own. Instead, he held off until your eyes opened. That's not coincidence. That's ritual. Some behaviorists describe this morning stretch as a kind of soft reunion, a signal that says the night is over and you're back in his world again. It's his version of good morning, saved specifically for the people he trusts the most. If you live alone with your cat, this might feel completely normal to you. But watch what happens with guests. Chances are that first thing in the morning stretch never shows up for anyone but you. There's something quietly vulnerable in it, too. All night, in his own instinctive way, he was on alert. That stretch is him finally letting go of it, a small, sleepy way of saying you both made it through the night just fine. 6. He picks the worst possible spot on purpose. You know the moment. You're heading to the kitchen, half awake, and suddenly your cat is sprawled directly across the hallway, right where your next step was supposed to land. That is not bad timing. That is calculation. Cats study the shape of your day more than you realize. They know your routes, your habits, the paths you walk without thinking. So when your cat picks the exact center of your path to stretch out in, dramatically, unmissable, he had dozens of quieter spots to choose from and skipped every single one of them on purpose. It's a bold little move, almost playful in its confidence. He's not begging for attention. He's simply deciding that whatever you were doing can wait a second, because he's decided he matters more right now. And here's the frustrating truth. He's usually right. You stop, you look down, you laugh, or you talk to him, and just like that, his plan worked perfectly. Every time you pause for him, you confirm that this trick still gets results, and he'll keep using it. 7. What it means if your cat never does any of this. Maybe you've been listening to all of this thinking, mine never does that. Before you worry, take a breath. It doesn't mean he doesn't care about you, and it doesn't mean your bond is somehow broken, but it is worth paying attention to. Cats who don't stretch around their people usually fall into one of two situations. Either something in the environment keeps them from ever fully relaxing, or they've learned over time that the gesture simply doesn't get noticed. This signal only survives if it works. If your cat tried it early on and got no reaction, no glance, no pause, nothing, he may have quietly stopped bothering. The good part is, this can be rebuilt. Start small. The next time your cat does anything that looks like an attempt to connect, a stretch, a slow blink, a soft look your way, stop what you're doing and acknowledge it. A gentle word, a slow blink back, a light touch if he welcomes it. You're teaching him, gesture by gesture, that reaching out to you actually works. And if your cat seems tense in general, take a look around the house itself. Loud noise, unpredictable schedules, or general chaos can keep a cat's body locked tight, never quite safe enough to let go into something as vulnerable as a stretch. Give it patience, give it time. Bonds like this rebuild slowly, but they do rebuild. So the next time you catch your cat stretching the second your eyes meet his, don't just smile and walk on by like you used to. Pause. Look at him. Let him know it landed, because in that small, quiet